Alright, what is going on, guys? It is me, SizeMouse9, and I am back with another video. I hope you all are having a fantastic day so far. Before I get super into the video, I'm just going to go ahead and show my links up on screen. So if you could go check all those out, stick all the way to the end of the video. This is going to be a different kind of video, sorta. But sorry I haven't posted in like a week. I was going to post Monday, but the footage corrupted. The footage corrupted. And so I couldn't post Monday, so I'm trying to post today. I don't know how late this is gonna go up, but because I have something to do with my boys, so I don't want to spoil anything. But let's just go ahead and get into the video. As you can tell by the title, Furries and Abomination. Okay, this is a new series that I'm going to be doing, and the purpose of this series is to be informative, but also to be, you know, entertainment. So I'm trying to, you know, give out information, give my views on the situation, and also hopefully be a little entertaining. It's probably going to be a little bit podcast style. I don't want it to be too boring, but this is probably something that you can kind of sit back, relax, you know, probably don't have to watch what's on screen. I might show a few visuals, but let's just go ahead and get into it. So this series, it's kind of like one of my other videos, like the JoJo Siwa one, the Jacob Sartorius one, just kind of like that, but I'm just giving it a series title. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say, so let's just go ahead and get into the video. So before I start calling things an abomination, first we should define abomination. And if you look up abomination, the definition is a thing that causes disgust or hatred. So theoretically, you could call anything an abomination because anything could cause disgust or hatred. I know that's kind of pulling it out of context, but, you know, by definition, by the definition alone, you could call anything an abomination. You could call feminists an abomination because, you know, they cause disgust or hatred. You could even call the Bible an abomination. I might not agree with that, but I mean, you could. Some people really don't like the Bible. But there is the definition of abomination, so I think we should get that definition out there. And let's just go ahead and let's get into it. So furries, okay? Furries, they might be the most abominable species. And notice how I said species, not humans, because should we be classifying furries as people? I mean, they want to act like animals, okay? So shouldn't we classify them as animals? And I know that sounds maybe just a little bit discriminatory, but, you know, let me explain a little further. So, unlike race, gender, disability, sexuality, being a furry is something that you can choose to do. It's like a hobby, you know, the fandom, the furry. And I know this one's kind of like, sexuality is kind of a highly debated one. I'm not going to really get into that, but, you know. So a furry, if you don't know what a furry is, basically is an anthropomorphic animal. And anthropomorphic, I believe, just means human-like. So it stands on two legs, it's got two arms. It's basically a humanoid animal. And the whole furry community is just kind of gross in general. And obviously there's a spectrum of how much of a furry somebody is. So not all furries are necessarily on the bad side, but from what I've seen, you know, furries can be a little toxic, and they're just kind of weird in general. Like, you see them on TikTok all the time, and, you know, it's weird. It's kind of weird to look at. Now that I think about it, mascots are just professional furries, if you think about it. But unlike furries, mascots have a job, and they have a reason to be in this, and not really a fursuit, but kind of in a costume. I mean, I guess sometimes it can be a fursuit, but they're in costume because they're representing a school, a business, etc. You know, they're trying to bring your attention in. They're trying to make it a little more fun, unlike a furry who tries to, you know, go on TikTok and they just look kind of dumb. But furries, they just like to dress up as animals, and not just dress up, but some are animals. And I put "are" in quotations because, you know, they're not actually animals. They like to maybe identify as an animal. They like to be an animal, but That's the problem, is being the animal right there. I don't necessarily have anything wrong. I don't have a problem really with dressing up as an animal. I think it's still weird, of course, but like, you have the right to dress up as an animal if you so choose to. But the problem is with furries is when you start getting into the weird stuff. You know, you got the fan fiction. Well, fan fiction is kind of a travesty in itself. Then you got the weeaboo stuff, and in general, just like acting like an animal is one of the problems. First off, fan fiction is just gross. Does anyone really actually like fan fiction? Like, let's be honest, it's weird, it's gross. Yeah, let's just stop talking about it before we all get uncomfortable. The weeaboo stuff is another problem, and I'm not going to get too far into that, but when you start getting into weeb territory, right there, you got a double whammy. The weeaboo stuff, all that Japanese stuff, and the furry stuff, you put that together, nah, okay. And then here's the kicker. When you start acting and thinking you're an animal, we've got a problem. Take this video for example. This was kind of a trending topic for a little bit, but basically there's this woman who transitioned into being a man and now identifies as a dog. And this is when we start having problems, because you can't just identify yourself as whatever you want. That's not how it works. I can't call myself a water bottle because I physically am not a water bottle. So you can't call yourself a dog because you are not a dog until we get 3,000 more years into the future, when we can start, you know, transitioning ourselves into literally anything we want. You know, we can't do that now, so you can't identify yourself as whatever you want. Now obviously you have some limitations and you have some exceptions, like I could call myself a gamer because I play games, okay? You cannot call yourself a dog because you are not a dog. You know, you can identify yourself as personality traits, but not like as other objects, if that makes sense. So back to the video, this woman who is a human, back to the video, this woman is a human, and that's how it should stay. And obviously she's not a furry per se, but she's more furry than a lot of furries are, because she's acting like an animal and stuff. And you know, she basically kind of is an animal, but she's also human. I don't know, it's really weird. That you can go watch that video if you would like to, but in conclusion, I don't find anything inherently wrong with dressing up as an animal, but the problem is when you start acting like one. This is dangerous waters, kind of, because, you know, telling people what they can and can't be is kind of, you know, iffy. You know, people get offended and stuff, but there's got to be a line drawn somewhere. And to be honest, I believe that a human being an animal and identifying as an animal is on the other side of the line. And yeah, I think the line that we should have drawn, I think, you know, being an animal, being a human, dressing up as an animal, acting like an animal, I think that's on the other side of the line. Anyways, I don't think we should hate on furries, and you know, this video was for entertainment and informative purposes, so you know, hate isn't really intended for that, so I don't think we should be hating on furries. I mean, the jokes I think are okay. I think it's fine to joke about anybody. You can joke about, you know, straight people, you can joke about gay people, you can joke about furries, you can joke about me for all I care. I think, you know, bullying is probably, you know, that's different, but you know, the jokes and stuff I think are all right if it's really in kind of lighthearted, or maybe not even lighthearted, but just, you know, just not attacking. I don't want to go into definitions and stuff, but yeah, I'm not a furry. I'm just gonna say that right now. Don't be thinking I am. I'm not into that weird stuff, and I'm not really defending furries either. But you know, I don't think that there's a whole lot wrong. I hope this kind of maybe changes your view a little bit. I mean, I don't really care. I think, you know, furry jokes are funny, but I definitely don't like seeing them on like TikTok and stuff. I think that's even worse. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I think it's been a little bit longer, probably around the 10-minute mark. I mean, while I'm recording right now, I'm at like 12 minutes. But yeah, if you enjoyed, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see next. If you want me to continue doing this series, let me know in the comments below. And if you do want me to continue doing this series, then you know, drop a comment on what I should do next. I have a few ideas in mind, but yeah, let me know what you guys want to see, and hopefully I can get that into the next part of the series. Anyways, guys, that has been it. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for 204 subscribers. It means a lot to me, guys. anyways, that has been it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.